Hello YouTube, I'm David with the David West channel. Let me show you 3 ways to make fire when you're in an emergency situation with your 100% cotton t-shirt. First off, there may not be any dry tinder around that you can ferro rod ignite. You can use a piece of your t-shirt, which is what we're going to do, and ignite these branches, this wet tinder right here. Then let's go ahead and use a piece of the t-shirt to cut up and make some char cloth, and we'll use that fire that we just started, and then I'll show you how you could take this hem right here and turn it into a bow drill bowstring. I've been showing you this one for years, and this is that bow that we got off the Magnolia maybe last week, maybe 10 days ago. This is what we'll use with that bowstring. So let's just have fun with it. You would probably want to use a piece off the tail of your shirt. Let's see what happens. Or you might want to rip a pocket off. I would never rip that pocket off, but you might want to. Let's see if I can do it. I've never tried this before. Ferro rod ignite them. Of course, you'd want to have all of your branches broken up and processed before you do this, but it takes a long time for the flame of freshly ignited fabric to show itself, so it should work out just fine. Once again, keychain ferro rod. It's a bayite, 3 1/8 inches long by 5/16 in diameter, and it usually takes about 6 strikes. I just go ahead and do them all at one time to ignite fabric. And like I say, it takes forever for that flame to show itself. Maybe you can see that. This one, I don't think that one's ignited. A good time to try to ignite something is when it's smoking, because it's those gases that's going to ignite it. I think it's ignited now. So let's go ahead and make it happen. You know, that's very disrespectful to have dogs in a neighborhood, houses as close as ours are, and to not try to stop them from going crazy like that. We listen to this every single day. It's just rude. It's just being a poor neighbor. It's not fair to the dogs either. Let's see if we can go ahead and rip this hem off right now. There's going to be a lot of stretch in this hem. It'll still make a strong bowstring though. All right, now for some char cloth material. A lot of people like to roll it up and put it in the char tin. I like it better when it's cut into pieces. Never overstuff your char tin. When I'm using something thick like denim, I only put about 10 pieces in there with a little bit of punk wood on the bottom. So I got a little bit of punk wood in there. Alright, just going to tie it off on this upper end. Got that little branch right there. And then start twisting it up. So when the flames stop coming out of that vent hole, you'll take it out of the fire, make sure no oxygen gets in that vent hole, and let it completely cool off before you open it up and check out your char cloth. And I always use denim. It's got a much longer burn than that t-shirt material. This is ready to use. Let's go ahead and use it while the char cloth is finishing up. I still have to process up the pine needles. And once again, we're going to use this Magnolia set. I think we can get another ember out of the bottom of that divot. This will be our 4th ember that we got out of that one divot. Now I'm going to wrap this bowstring around my hand and put that knot right in there. So this is the handheld bowstring technique. So let's give it a try and see what happens. You'll get the spindle in there, tighten it up on my leg, and push that against my leg to tighten it up. And let's see what we can do with it. Might have to stop and retighten the bowstring. All right, let's go with a double wrap on that spindle. And I'll have to bow at such an angle like this to keep these wraps from rubbing on themselves. So it should work this time, I would think. Got it in my hand. Need plenty of slack to get 2 wraps on the spindle. And then tighten it up. Let's try 3 wraps on the spindle. And I will have to bow at an extreme angle to keep those wraps from rubbing on themselves. Let's try that. Tighten it up. About there. We're almost there. Good. Took 3 wraps. Finally got it though. That would have been a good one to do my breathing exercises on, wouldn't it? That Magnolia set has been a great set. We still get to check out and try out our char cloth. Can't see anything. Now, didn't that t-shirt hem do a good job? And it is not tattered at all. If you are willing to do 3 wraps on the spindle and keep on using it, there's no telling how many embers you can get out of it. All right, let's take a look at our char cloth now. All right, let's see how we did. Stuck to the lid. It feels good and soft. I see a little bit of smoke residue on it, but I think it'll be all right. Let's try it out. And once again, if you do not have any dry tinder, you can just use some of this t-shirt. I always like to tear this char cloth in half to expose these threads, lay them up on top of this sharp edge, close up the char tin because you do not want a stray spark getting in there, and then go for it. Now that's not laying down well enough. I want it laying down flat. I don't know if you can see that it's not doing that. Sometimes you can just turn it 180 degrees and make it lay down flat. So. long as that smoke's intensifying, you know you're getting somewhere. Not the ideal tinder, but it definitely works. I'm talking about making emergency fire. This isn't something I'm recommending that you do all the time. All right, y'all, do me a favor. Before you leave my channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and in that drop-down list, select all. And do give the video a like. I appreciate you joining me on this one. We'll catch you on the next one.